some shine out here. Let's get it on. Almost fell. Let's go. Boom, baby. Boom. Rise and shine. This is the durian. Jackfruits are starting to come back on time. These fuckers are huge. This is my morning motivation. Everything got burnt. Everybody got burnt. They burnt the root here, still steaming and bubbling. If you can't see that, all the bamboo has been burnt off, and all that's left is me here alone with my thoughts, thinking about all the. There we go. Yeah, it's not easy battling for this connection. I will never know. Why am I still battling for this connection? Maybe I need to turn around, bright eyes. If I have to turn around, I will. So, whatever promises you've been making to yourself or to others, this is the impetus of Saints Addiction, was me actually having some honest reflection with myself in my life and seeing how much energy I was putting into other things that weren't building my dream, that weren't building me up and weren't building my health, and start to look at these broken promises as evidence that I wasn't in alignment. A lot of people say they want to do one thing, but when it comes to keeping that action, a lot of our promises are broken. And it could be with someone that you love. It could be with yourself personally, interpersonally. Inside yourself, you can look at yourself and go, hey, remember when you said you really wanted to lose weight, or that you really wanted to stop drinking, or that you really wanted to stop seeing a certain individual? We capitulate, right? We make excuses. We let things happen. Self-harm, self-sabotage, you name it. This is just what humans do. It's not anyone in particular. It's not personal. This is not how this show goes. This is just literally all of us. All of us on a promise, right? On a promise to ourselves that we will change our behavior, that we've already learned our lesson, Lord, and please don't strike upon us so we can be free and let things happen the way they're supposed to happen. DDDD. Doesn't work that way, does it? Promises take more effort than words. And unfortunately, that's what ends up happening, is that we end up getting our feelings hurt because our words don't match what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're feeling. All these things end up happening, and we're like, wait, what? Why is my life so incongruent? Why is it I can feel so intensely about someone the next day and then not want them nowhere near me the next day after that? How come some people can be kind to us and we seem only to be mean to them? How come every time we try to figure it out in life, we slip back in to the old habits or old ways that we had already established? And that's just the questions that I ask myself. I mean, in life, you're going to be like, man, I made a lot of decisions. Why did I choose that way? Why is it that I say one thing and do another? And then you realize the hypocrisy of being a human, that there's things in our brain that are making calculated decisions where we're like, for sure, that's the way I want it to be. That's why I promised. And then when it comes down to the time to be, Futurola, Mike Tyson papers, shout out to them. That's your boy Mike Tyson. When it turns out to be the time to keep your promise, our energies waver. We don't keep that same energy. We don't go, oh yeah, well I promised, so let me keep my promise. Last night's promise is gone by the day's sunrise, and the energy behind it has dissipated. You want to know why you can't keep promises? Is because your energy is inconsistent. Mm. Mm. There we go. Little wild hair. Anyway, and that's what ends up happening. It's like we don't put enough consistent energy into anything. About the only thing that gets the most consistent energy out of us is our habits. If we feel like it's giving us a +1, we go out of our way for it. We wait in the line for it. We'll let our health get harmed. We let other people get hurt. As long as we believe in our hearts of hearts when it's happening that it's a benefit to us, we will break promises time and time again with ourselves, our friends and family, and with our loved ones. And that's just facts. And the worst one is to break it with yourself because you're the only one that listens. You're the only one that has the solo whisper, like, oh, I'm going to go travel the world, or I really want it to be this way, or how do I make my life into a reality? We all want to know. We all want to know how to make ourselves keep our promises and keep our direction and keep our self discipline and stay the course. And then all of a sudden comes the humanness in us, this incapability to stay a course, this feeling that we must be free or be wild, or what are the other things that we do when we're just not feeling ourselves? We'll overreact to stimulation. We'll feel a certain type of way, and then it's not that way. We get so intense, with these emotions that we have as a human experience, that we forget to keep our promises. We forget the same person that made that commitment. I want to get married. I'm supposed to lose weight. Aren't you supposed to be saving money? And the same guy that's spending your money is the same guy that made the promise. The same guy that's smoking all my weed is the same guy that's looking at you in this mirror reflection on the YouTube. And to know that I am perfectly imperfect, and that I am a mistake master, and that my words don't exactly add up to my actions, then you got saints addiction. Then you can see yourself being a hypocrite and being bipolar and being unbalanced and being unhinged, and consistently making mistakes because you're a mistake master, and not following through with certain things. And that guy was my addict side. The other guy had to be consistent with his word, had to show up on time, had to take some L's. The people didn't like him. He had to come up with it and be honest with it. You didn't get a run. You don't get a hide. You don't get a lie. It's all these things. So it's one of these things that I live in my life, right? I live in it. I see what's going on with it. And then I say, hey, good morning. Can do now if you're available. Some name yesterday. Someone wrote, yeah. Okay. I'm almost done with the show. So, it's one of these things that our broken promises happen to us, right? And literally not for us. So when we have to see something, the forest through the trees, when we have to, you know, um, where's your other message? So see how easily I got distracted? This is what I got caught with last night. And that was the broken promise, is that I can get away from her. I can ignore her. I can stop doing certain things. But the truth is my heart kept sending me to her. And it was being rude to someone else, and pretty much some bullshit. She said, this is wild. This is wild. This is wild. And the wild shit that we pull in our heads and our minds and our lives will never really add up, right? So we're always going to be in our heads trying to want the better thing, and then all of a sudden our bodies will take over and we do the exact opposite, and that's a broken promise. And that's what I felt was happening with my human condition or saints addiction or just being on a mission in my life, was that trying to keep the promises. And you have to say trying because it's not a for certain till you actually do it. And to keep your head on a level, on a swivel, on a promise, is something that's really extremely hard to do. Have you ever tried changing your behavior? Have you ever just said, okay, let me give it the 265 days to change this behavior? Something that used to be so me is now gone, and I don't even see my forest through my trees. I'm really confused, and I don't know what direction to go into, and how to lose, or how to live, or how to control, or and it's give none of this stuff in school. You know. message got deleted. I thought I had to communicate better instead of a texting. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm trying to work on my communication. I'm trying to work on my organization. I'm trying to do trying, and it's all trying till I'm doing. And that's something that all of us should really key in on. Is it's like, you got a promise, but it ain't a promise till you keep it. And they're just words till you do it. And it's not action till you have a reaction. And a lot of us just sit there, we let it go by, we don't stay steady, we just tell lies, and mostly to ourselves and others and people that are close to us, like, yeah, no, next weekend I won't drink at all, or I promise to take you to that ice skating trip, or everything will be the same or different next time. And we, those are the broken promises. I can change. Please give me another chance. I'll never make that mistake again. How can you promise something that you can't win? How can you promise something that in the end might basically be out of your control? Your habits are now repeating themselves on autopilot, and you don't know if it's really what you feel or what's really going on. And that's what really started to dawn on me, right? This ability to say one thing and mean another, you know, and an ability to um, not stay consistent and steady. This ability to switch off the same energy that I had for someone and now become cold. It's the same guy that has to have the conversation, look people in the face and say, "Hey, I need to be a man of my word. I need to be a man of my word that says things that he means, and that if he says it, it actually means something." And that's the promises that we keep leaking to ourselves, really, that we were going to do what we say we're going to do. And sure, I'll be here at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the steadfast promises that we give, and we've all done it, like, yeah, bro, I'll be here tomorrow, no problem. Yep. And how do we have these conversations with other people and selves and all these other things if we aren't consistent with ourselves? And that's what we end up seeing. We end up seeing our inconsistencies. And that's what Saints Addiction was all about. It's like, if I can keep myself away from these other addictions that aren't giving me any kind of energy, and I can switch it to something that gives me a lot of energy, then I can win at life. And being impeccable with your word is really hard to pull off. Like, loving you scares me. Love scares me. I'm scared to fuck up. Yeah. Well, me too, dude. Bless up to being scared of our promises and our accountability and our actions. Welcome to real life. It will pay us in prizes or games if we want to fucking keep playing this way. All right, let's go. And I manifested with the wrong mindset. Let's go. Bless up, bless up. It's all about mindset, bro. It's all about approach. It's all about vibe. It's all about intentions. I think I need to get off this thing and get back to um, practicing what I preach. And I had all these broken promises. I promised that I would do certain things. Oh no, there goes my fucking receipt. I just did that. Damn. Now I gotta go all the way down here. Now we're reconnecting. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get off this thing. It's 15 minutes to shine. Hopefully you find the shine of the world. That's what saints do. We light up the world, and make sure lying to yourself or other people. Keep your promises. Be impeccable with your word. Be the type of person that can change the environment and change their own mood. That's the most important thing to do. I'm gonna get in here and get my receipt. Look how dirty it is. Oh. There we go. So that's where I live in. I live, reconnect with myself and be honest with myself of what I really want, you know? And that sucks. It sucks. Yep. Yep. Here we go. Yep. I'm gonna say I choose not to live in fear. I choose to keep my promises. I choose to be consistent. I choose to fix things that I've broken, and I will choose to live my life on a more honest approach. And that's all it is. You know what I mean? Those are our biggest fears come to light in our own reality. You know, dreams are one thing, but promises are another. Just like Kanye said, do I look like I got a promise face to you? Wow, I'm getting it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm scared you're always gonna run off. You know, I'm scared that I'm gonna marry the wrong woman. I'm scared that I don't know the future, and I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to live in misunderstanding. I don't want to live in miscommunication. I want to live in abundance and positivity and all these other things that probably sound really woo woo to other people, but I practice it. And I also practice on keeping my word, being consistent with myself, so that they become my new habits, and that I'm not having any more excuses. I'm forming foundations that not like the rocky other ones that were broken promises that yeah you can just do cocaine and get away with it, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yup. You know, what if I am poly and I can't ever stay committed? What if I'm always sleeping around on people that trust me? What if I always break trust with people after I feel they break trust with me? What if I um, stop living a lie and start living my truth? You know, there's something here that resonates in me, and that's the broken promises. The broken promises in me, the promises that I make myself. You know, I make a promise to myself to stay on a diet, but I can't seem to keep my dick in my pants. I can make a promise to not eat ice cream, but I still find a way to get those ice creams at night. I make a promise to myself to not pull the same shit that I did, and I did it again. And you look at yourself. You do. You got to be to thy own self. Be true, and just look at it and go, okay, self. What are we really deep down inside want? And then you'll know where you're orientating yourself. Then you know what direction you want to go, and all these other things. And it's hard for me to not be human. It's hard for me not to make mistakes and repeat my same habits and to go into these rabbit holes of all of our psyches and all our psychology and to deep dive into why we do the things we do. And most of us don't have a fucking clue. Do we do it to for attention? Do we do it to impress our daddies? Do we got daddy issues? What makes you do what you do? And what makes you stay to the things that you say you're going to say, like that's a promise. And they're whispers, and they're little faint flames that flow through our head that we have to stay consistent with. And it's unfortunate that we're not inconsistent with ourselves. Perfectly imperfect at mostly saints. It's so weird to be both yin and yang. It's so weird to be both black and white. It's so weird to have a halo and horns on them. It's so weird for that all of us can be so capable of love and so capable of hate. It's such a bipolarity feeling, such a dichotomy inside of all of us. Like you can put on your mask, but you have to wear your vibe. And vibe over mask. Let's make a vibe over mask shirt real quick. Vibe over 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 mask. And that's unfortunate. That's how you know, you know. That's how you're gonna know if you're going to last, is if you're more true to the mask, want to keep up airs and lie to people, lie to yourself, lie to the world that you're just this perfect person and you have no faults, you have no seven deadly sins, you have no weaknesses? Or do you go the saints addiction route where you come out with it up front and you say, man, these are all these things, I'm all these things, and all these things and more. And I'm the halo and the horns. I'm capable of things. And yeah. And there we are, bumping into each other, crashing into each other with all our masks and all our facades and all our lies. And then we got to bump into the truth. And then we got to be real with ourselves, and we can't lie anymore, you know? And, you know, communicate. And that's where I'm at. I'm a human that makes many mistakes and says one thing, does another, should practice what he preaches. But like all of us, we fall short, and sometimes the halo falls off, and sometimes some good people go bad, and sometimes bad people go good, and we all have the opportunity to make friends or make enemies, and we all live in this. I have so many weaknesses. I have so many um, flaws, and it sucks because you get the last name Saint and you're supposed to be perfect, but I'm not. And I've been known to blow the candles off the cake. I've been known to curse my blessings. I've been known to self sabotage. I've been known to do all those things. Just probably like you too, human as fuck. Uh, Said you're gonna do one thing and you end up doing another. How many of us are like that? How many of us are that way with ourselves and others? When's the last time you were consistent with yourself? When's the last time you corrected and apologized? When's the last time you fixed a habit and made something better out of it? Right? You know, so deep, so deep. Yep, so deep. Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller, y'all. Wish I was a baller, y'all. Wish I had the ability to read the future. Wish I didn't make mistakes. Wish I didn't break promises. And there it is. The human involvement. The truth of it is that you will end up breaking promises to the people you love, to yourself, and to others. And that's unfortunate. That's where I draw the line. That's where I go, you know what, Saint? It's time to be on time. It's time to be here in the moment. It's time to rise yourself up. Just like I say, rise and shine. Straighten out your back. Straighten out your mind, straighten out your soul, straighten out your words, straighten out your intentions, straighten out your actions. Be the type of person that you say that you are. Get in alignment. Let the halo and horn stay symmetrical, like mostly saints. Let it both be weighed out evenly. You know, not one of us is going through this life unscathed. Not one of us can say that we're perfect. Not one of us is walking on water. We will for sure have to swim. Learn to swim. Learn to apologize. Learn to correct behavior. Learn to compromise. This is the things that I learn to do, yearn to do, and I'm learning to do. And it's not the easiest thing to practice what you preach. It's not the easiest thing to walk what you talk, and walk over talk, which is another mostly saint shirts. But to be the type of person that can make things a reality, make things into a better turn of events, and because of our consequences. If we started making conscious decisions to choose consciously, then our conscious won't be so mad anymore. We won't be so ridiculous with our behaviors, and we won't be so mad inside. We won't be so confused. And that's what this world's like, you know. It's very confused, you know, getting ourselves out of these disasters that we put ourselves in, and getting out of the way of our own way, because we have to look in the mirror and mirroring and projecting and seeing, you know, seeing ourselves, seeing ourselves do things, and then not being able, saying things and not being able to do things, and promising, yeah, let's do lunch, meaning I'm not going to see your second again. So that's what it is. I'm always going to be that way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Yep. There we are, running ourselves ragged, making ourselves raggedy, being super shady. And I wanted to flip that. I didn't want to be shady with myself anymore. It wasn't so much about with others, it was more with myself. And I knew whatever I did in the dark would come out in the light. And here's me coming out in the light after my darkness, after my fucked ups, after my mistakes, after my transgressions, you know? I think we all have entanglements, and we get entangled in our web of lies. What tangle webs we weave, and once we try to deceive, and now that we've deceived so much, it's all gone. And we live in a world of deceptions, mirrors, and smokes and mirrors, and we look around and we're like, what's really reality? And it's like, it's the how real you keep it with yourself. That's your reality. And to the moment that you can actually start having conversations with yourself, like true conversations, then you can start keeping promises with yourself. So then you're just gonna promise to other people and lie. Oh, I'm gonna quit smoking at New Year's, or I can go out to dinners even though I'm in love with someone else, or my actions don't deserve repercussions. It's all these things, you know. So yeah, I'm getting messages. This is tough, y'all. I'm in the middle of figuring it out, and that's how I would do this show. So I got to practice what I preach. I need to start working on my communication. I need to start working on my focus. I need to fucking get in this game called life and stop fucking it up from inside. Everything I do, I don't know. But that's 30 minutes of a show. If you got anything out of this, please like, share, and subscribe below. Um, yeah, I'm confused. I'm in the middle of it, and I need to talk to her about it. And she's that important to me, so I'm going to keep that promise and get off of this thing with you guys. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But as soon as you comment below. That's how I engage with the world. Um, broken promises that you've made, and promises that you made and broke, and regrets that you had, and actions that you took to alleviate those. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to get off this. Peace and love. Ciao. I'll see you guys. Belo. Beijos.